This week I have been working on problems near the end of chapter 7 and reading into chapter 9. So as far as problems are concerned, out of weight of course, chapter 7, section 7.4 took me, I read it early in the morning, so when I say a week I really mean like 5 hours, 5 days a week, 5, 6, 7 hours. I spent about that much reading section 7.4 back when I read it. I expect to spend 2 weeks altogether working on problems. I've started on problems for 7.4 today, so yeah, it'll take me all of next week to work on them. All about Taylor's theorem, Taylor expansions, and I already worked on problems for 7.3 for power series before that. But yeah, section 7.4 is a long session. So yeah, I already did power series and now Taylor expansion. When it comes to reading, I am into chapter 9. A fairly straightforward read so far because it's a repeat, applying to vectors what was done for one-dimensional real equations. And so really, and I'll show in the notes. I'll show in the notes about that. Yeah. Then for my progress, of course, this is the week of March 6th, and of course, I continue to be about a month ahead of my reading. Then, yeah, sure enough, that's where I am. I did not read as much in chapter 9 as I could have because I tried to switch into problem solving faster this week, and then I worked on these problems in chapter 7. And then I'll try to finish, as I said, next week. Then for chapter 7 problems, I'll just briefly show my notebook. Of course, this notebook's getting a little thick. So yeah, just working through section 7.1 and yeah, just working through various problems. And I was able to do okay. I still refrain from looking at the answers in the back of the book, so I want to do that later on, if and when I take a course. I'm not sure if this year I'll be able to, but if I am, I will. And if I don't, I'll do something else. But definitely it'll be math related for sure. Maybe I'll go back. If I don't take a course, I may go into some complex variables. I'm not sure yet how that's going to play out. It all depends on whether the course is available or whether I'm able to do it. I think my job may get busy. I'm not sure yet, but definitely I'll do something. I'll do something to be sure. Did some power series from a handout. Yep, I used this handout and worked through the examples, the practice problems, and they had answers, so I folded it, didn't look at the answers. I screwed up two or three of them, but other than that, I was able to crank them out. Very easy, just a ratio test. Take a of k plus 1 over a of k, absolute value, give it to the limit of k that goes to infinity. That's it. Then section 7.3 problems. Pretty straightforward. No getting stuck business, which is great. And then now some 7.4. Now chapter 8 I've already started in a new notebook because I know that notebook will get full when I finish chapter 7 problems. And so this is me reading chapter 8, all of Euclidean spaces. So going into norms. I still want to take my time and look through all the various norms that are explained in this chapter on Euclidean spaces. Feel like it's a good rabbit hole to climb into. So lots of vector equations. Going back to what we did for R1, now doing it for R3 with vectors. And of course, this is where I went and I did Appendix C with linear algebra, which is material that I already know, but for the sake of completion, I did it as well. So yeah, some norm equations, some topology, balls, open balls, closed balls. I'll be doing a lot more topology, and at some point I want to go back to Rudin and go through all the topology aspects of the book, see if I can learn some more. Always going back to that book, of course. And so yeah, I like the way Wade is going through all the topology. Relatively open, relatively closed. Yeah, right here. Connected, compact. So, I mean, it's a powerful tool using point set topology for analysis. So I'm more than happy to be studying it. And I even have a Munkris topology book. I read a little bit of it, and I'll be using it as a reference, but it's a little hardcore for me right now. So I think it's gonna wait for a later attempt in a much more organized fashion. So that's where we're at this week.